Hello. Over time, I have asked myself, why is it that Southern politicians do not understand the dynamics of power? And if you have been following me on this channel, you would know that I am one hardcore supporter and lover of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. But something just struck my mind, and I now realize that Goodluck Jonathan didn't take absolute advantage of the opportunity of power coming to South. And I must, without pride, confess that truly Southerners don't understand the meaning of power. When power came to the South, what did we do with it? Even though in recent past I have said that Western education is not equipped to understand the dynamics of Islamic politics in Nigeria. Yes, I said so. When Goodluck Jonathan was in power, one of the biggest mistakes he did, and still remains one of the mistakes that most Southern politicians are doing, is because we think that once we see a Northerner with an estimated level of education, we believe that because of his Western education, he will have rational thinking to rational politics. Unfortunately, having stayed in the North for this long, I have come to the understanding that whether you have a professor of English or a professor of engineering in the North, and the young man that sells sugar cane on the street, their political ideology is the same. Their political their political disposition towards the South is the same. But for us in the South, we believe that once you are educated, your assessment of people and their disposition towards basic lives appreciation has rationality behind it. Unfortunately, that's not true. You see, I actually believe that Nigeria could be one. But the Northern politicians who in their mindset believe that if Nigeria is left to run unbiased, their northern region will be left shortchanged. Believe that the only way they can equate the northern ineptitude with their southern counterparts who are far more educated is to grab power by all means possible. And how is that possible? They know that, in fact, the only people, let me even say something. The only people that understand how strong the Southerners are is the Northerners. We, the Southerners, don't even know how strong we are. The only thing the Northern politicians evolve in their mind, how do we retain power? Otherwise, how do you explain? The other time they were doing this in the Supreme Court, when they were listing the number of Supreme Court judges in the Supreme Court, I found out that there are more Northerners in the Supreme Court, the highest echelon of the Nigerian judiciary, are occupied by more Northerners than the whole of the Yorubas, Southeast and South and Middle Belt together. Does that not strike you? After all, we claim to go to school more. So how come we have more of those who went to less schools occupying the echelon of academic summit? Does that not tell you that we are dumb and stupid as Southerners? Central Bank, DSS, prisons, Nigerian Army, and yet we tend to sustain these lapses by Yorubas fighting Igbos, Igbos fighting Yorubas, Yorubas fighting the Middle Belt fighting among themselves, Christians fighting Christians. It's so annoying. You see, I say these things because honestly, I try to make my videos to last between 8 and 10 minutes. But in truth, the truth is that 10 minutes is way too small to discuss the intrigues of the topics that I bring forward. Well, the beginning of this video is to ensure that Southern politicians begin to understand the meaning of power. In the Game of Thrones, I like the fact that the woman said, power is power. There is nothing that is bigger than power. But our love for money and our greed and selfishness in the South does not make us a perfect candidate to understand power. If you want to understand power and indeed have power, you must understand that accumulating the quantity of money does not make you powerful. If that indeed makes you powerful, please ask Orji Uzor Kalu, who was in the Senate, was saying that he employed so people, he has so companies, he has so money, and the people in the Senate were just laughing at him because they understood that money is not power. Power is power. Anyway, I hope because I was just saying things, but I hope I've said something. My reason for beginning this video is just to understand that, it's just to try and make sure that Southerners understand what power is. Power has no definition because power is power. Please follow this page and share this post now.